I finally get to live out my redhead dreams and I am obsessed. Watch me as I show you how to apply this lace front from start to finish and a removal with no glue. Whenever I plan to customize a hairline or lace front or lace closure wig, I always put a white paper towel on my blockhead. That way I can clearly see how much I'm removing. And if I plan to use spray tint, it's always better to spray it on paper towel than to spray it on my wig block, staining it. I didn't film this process, but I bleached this wig to about a level 6, 7 and used shades EQ, 6CB, and 5C. Right now, I am preparing the roots with the hairspray. That way, when I hot comb it, it is really flat and laid in the direction that I want it to lay. So when it comes to plucking this frontal, I mostly focused on the hairline. I think in the future, I would actually remove some of the bulk from the roots behind the part or like just in the middle section of the frontal just to make it lay even flatter. But I'm just showing you right now, I'm mostly focused on removing the bulk on the edges because honestly, that's the most important. So I'm using the T3 curling iron on its largest setting because I would like to create a lot of body. If you have trouble with curling, I would definitely say do it on a mannequin. So as you can see, I have my wig stand that's attached to my counter, and then I have my wig block. And also to stop it from rotating and twisting as you saw, just push the head into the wig stand because it keeps it more sturdy. Or sometimes I add rubber bands to create friction. But yeah, I think it's always best to curl or style the hair before applying it to the head. Of course, you're going to do some touch-ups, but when it's styled on a wig block, you can see everything. You can get more detailed in your styling. Personally, I don't like raising my hands over my head so much because then my shoulders start hurting. I don't know about you, but I don't want to have to do that. Especially, I don't want to have to make my hands and shoulders hurt for a wig. So I definitely like to style most wigs on the wig block head and not on my head. Of course, if I'm updating my bang, I think things that frame your face, of course, you might update. But the majority of styling, I definitely want to make sure the back looks good. So I think it's always better to do that on the wig block head. Earlier, I sprayed the overall wig with hairspray. And I went through, this is just to make it go faster. And I'm not looking for a super duper, I guess, strong hold. But if you want your curls to hold better, and if you don't plan to cut it afterwards, I would strongly suggest that after you create each curl, you should spray with hairspray. That way it creates a cast and your curls will last longer throughout the night. Because no matter how strong your curls are, once you're finished, they are going to drop. Unless you plan to leave your edges out of your wig and use it for blending, I would always suggest you applying some edge control before applying any wig, especially a lace closure or lace frontal, because you don't want to create any friction between your hair and the wig. I also like to use a dark brown wig cap. For some reason, I feel that I get a better blend from it overall. And most of the time when I use a tan wig cap, I end up coloring the base of the wig with my foundation anyway. So I think it's just better to start darker if you're my skin tone or darker. One of the first things you want to do is remove the excess air pieces because you want to make sure that wig is laying, especially in the air tab area. So anything that doesn't fit snug around your hairline and your ear, definitely remove it. And as you know, wig application is always easiest when you work in sections. That's why I've created these 3 panels. I'm using the Bedhead Hard Head, I believe, hairspray. It's a very strong hold. Any strong hold hairspray should do. And I do about 2 rounds. So the first round I spray and kind of rub it in so that it settles. And then the second round I spray again and start using the blow dryer to really press it in so that it sets all the way into my skin. After I've sprayed a generous amount in, I use my blow dryer on warm or cool to press it in. Another thing you can do is actually pre-cut the hairline while it's on your head. So you can pre-cut it and then lay it. You might get a better lay that way, but you know, there's many methods to create the hairline that you want. So initially I was going to use manicure scissors to remove the lace, but I felt that it was more comfortable to use, and also it created a better result to use this eyebrow razor. This is definitely the type of process that you want to be extra careful and take your time. There's no rush when applying a lace front wig. Now, I'll admit I was a bit afraid that the air tabs were not going to settle in. And I mean, obviously, I didn't have glue, so they kind of had to settle in because I needed them to lay. But definitely just putting a little bit more focus on them and applying just the right amount of hairspray did the job, and they stayed stuck even through to the next day. Right now, I'm using my Eve satin scarf to lay my edges. You can find this on my website. And of course, this can be used for laying your edges, going to sleep, for working out, for a style headband wig. Has multiple uses. I was actually going to an event that night, and my friend was the ultimate hype woman. She was definitely hyping me up, making me feel myself, and I was for sure feeling myself because I mean, come on, I've never had this. I've never wore a look like this, and just the red hair. I just love red hair. So for me, it was definitely a look, and she was boosting me all the way up, and I appreciated every second of it. So we've arrived to the portion where we do our baby hairs. And I like to do baby hairs because yes, it does help to disguise the lace a little bit more. And I'm the type of person that likes a very wispy, light, almost invisible baby hair. And that's the goal that I'm trying to create. I wanted to use my skinny flat iron to create this look, but I completely forgot it at the salon. So I had to make it work. And it was, baby hair is an art. So it was a little difficult to make them curve and turn the way I wanted them. But I eventually got that done. Almost forgot to mention this, but after I finished doing the makeup on my forehead, I used that excess foundation to tap into the roots of my hairline so that everything can blend seamlessly. So while the edges are laying once again, I decided to add some layers to create some body and dimension in this look. And as you will see at the end, it definitely did that. I'm still considering turning this into a bob, but I think right now I'm going to play with the layers a little bit. I really like it. Also, when it comes to adding layers and body to a wig, especially a straight wig, I find that it's much better to curl it first and then cut. That way you can see how everything is going to fall right after you're done cutting it. Because sometimes if you're not a professional, it's kind of hard to see how the layers that you've just cut into the hair are going to fall. So especially for your wigs, if you like to play around with cuts, then I would definitely curl it first and then proceed with the cut. I wanted to define my part a little bit more, but we were running out of time and I couldn't find the powder that I would typically use. So that was a failed attempt, but I think it still looks okay. If I were to redo this, I would probably, like I said, remove a little bit of bulk in the parts area so that it can be a little bit flatter. But overall, I really enjoy this look. The best part about this wig, outside of the color and cuts, is that it is glueless. And when I say glueless, I mean we used hairspray to lay it down, but it is easy to remove. All you need is water because, of course, hairspray is water soluble. So apply some water, let it sit in there. I didn't have a spray bottle, but once that sits, it's going to come right up. And that is the best part about wearing this lace front wig. So if you like this video, please like it and let me know in the comments below what color I should try next. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.